Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the new season. The new season literally just started, and we also now know all of the move update changes, and there are some surprising ones in there which I did not expect. And so let's take the first bit of this video to talk a little bit about how are the move changes and why are we going to take a look right now at the Togekiss out of all Pokemon as the first one. And this is the main reason here, of course, it's going to be the change for the new moves. One of them that surprised me is aurasphere. Aurasphere did not go down to 45 energy, which a lot of people expected with the amount of damage that you do with 80, which is very, very strong. No, it went all the way down to 40 energy, which means you have an insanely strong move. I think it's a Hydro Cannon clone with that, which is one of the strongest moves in the game, kinda. That you have on a Pokemon that has access to peck, which is going to allow you to generate, as expected, 8 energy per turn. It's a fast move clone of the fast move Shadow Claw. And with that, peck is one of the best fast moves in the game. Aurasphere is one of the strongest charge moves by quite a bit in the game as well. You have a Pokemon with an interesting typing and a Pokemon with interesting coverage options. And we see here several times a day where the Pokemon here, the Togekiss, is going to be able to sweep entire teams. This Pokemon was insane. This Pokemon is now top meta. And that is one of the more interesting and more significant changes. So let's take a look here real quick at some of the other changes. Dragon Pulse energy went from minus 65 because it's going to, of course, negate then the energy that you have. Where from 60 to 55 energy, so like a small buff. I was hoping for 50 there, but it is what it is. Weather Ball is all for, of course, 5 to 60. Aerial Ace energy went down from 40 to 45, which was expected with 60 damage total, which is quite bad. We have Ember, which is also expected to be 4 power, and then went up to 9 energy. We have Leaf Edge going up to 8 energy, being also a Shadow Claw clone. We have Seed Bomb, sadly staying at 40 energy. Which is kind of sad there because, yeah, it's 40 energy and 55 damage. It's not really a strong move. It's actually quite a bad move with that. But, yeah, it's a small buff still for Pokemon that have Seed Bomb. Yeah, but it's nothing really crazy here. We don't have a Rock Slide, which got up to, yeah, 78 damage, which you saw before as well. Scorching Set only has now a 10% chance of dropping the opponent's attack by one stage. We expected a 20% chance, so it's a little bit of a bigger nerf towards the DRSB than what we expected. Then we're going to have another shocker. We have Dragon Claw, which of course went up from 50 power to 80 power, but instead of being 45 energy, which we all kind of expected, it is going to be 50 energy. And that is quite a lot of energy, and that is going to change quite a lot of things. So that is something I did not expect. I'm honest with that one, I did not expect that this went up to 50. So the rebalancing of Dragon type Pokemon is definitely real, but yeah, we see how this is gonna go. Then we have like the one big change which literally caught my eye immediately. I was like, I have to showcase that immediately. It's gonna be Togekiss, which got access, of course, here to the move Aurasphere with the Community Day. But Aurasphere itself went from 100 power to 80 power, so a decrease. But from 55 energy to 40 energy, which is quite crazy. Like, that is a ginormous buff for any Aurasphere user. Aurasphere is going to be one of the best moves to run for the upcoming season. Literally, there are going to be some other Pokemon we're going to take a look at with that move as well. For example, Jirachi there as well. Water Pulse, we didn't know the energy level there as well. Went from my 55 energy needed to 50 energy needed, which is going to be something that we also kind of were expecting though. And then we have Body Slam as well, from 50 damage to 55 damage. We have Confusion, from 12 energy all the way up to 40. That was kind of what also PvPoke suggested on there. That's going to be 40 there, like it just makes sense. Like, it just makes sense. It's going to be 14 on that Confusion. We don't have actually the official PvPoke rankings out yet. I might make another video when those are out because things are going to change quite significantly. Spectrum, of course, from 11 power to 12. With Dragon Breath from 4 power to 3 power. Energy went up to 4, which we expected. Steel Wing energy went up by -1, went down by -1. Flame Wheel, another one that we expected to be 45 energy. PvPoke had at 50 energy, which I didn't really expect at all. but it's going to be that 45 that we always kind of said in the videos as well. Yeah, which made sense. Peck, of course, as we talked already earlier, is now a Shadow Claw clone as well. Went from 5 energy to 8 energy. Gyro Ball is 50 energy as expected as well, which is going to help out now the Aegislash. It's going to make this Pokemon way better. We are going to have Sky Attack, which went down from the damage went down from 85 to 75, so got quite a bit lower there. But also the energy went down from 55 to 50, which again is going to be basically an update that, I don't know, kind of negates each other. Like, I don't really think it's going to be like better or worse in any kind of way. But yeah, it's going to be just a little bit different. Volt Switch here is going to be the next one, which we know already. Power went from 12 to 14. Breaking Swipe also from 35 energy to 50 energy. With no attack bonus, so it's 50 energy, 50 damage, and you can guarantee drop the opponent's attack by 1 stage. Breaking Swipe is dead. Breaking Swipe is absolutely dead. No one really will wanna run a Breaking Swipe. I would even say that Drago is better off running Hyper Beam over a Breaking Swipe. 50 energy just makes this move not worth running, and that's also going to be the thing for a lot of the other Pokemon here, where this is just not going to be something that you want to have. Like, it's just not really great. Charm, I expect it to be 7 energy on it, with the, of course, -2 power nerf. P-Poke's just 9 energy there, 7, 9, we meet each other in the middle. It's going to be 8 energy per turn, which is still going to do similar things, but like for some Charmers, they have like a move that is at 40 energy, I guess, that you need there. You can go for 5 charms, aka 15 turns, and you would be able to reach that at the perfect amount of time. So yeah, I guess that's kind of it for the move update. I hope you all used your star piece for your reward. I got my 300,000 Stardust, and I'm now at 3.5 million Stardust, which is kind of cool because I'm going to use a lot of that on that season here. There's going to be a lot of Pokemon I want to build. I'm very much curious for the final rankings here now for P-Poke as well. I will make another video, I think, towards it as well here on this channel as soon as they're out, and most likely coming out overnight. But yeah, let's take a look here at the team that we are running. So we're going to have a team here with the lead of the Gastrodon. Of course, trying to cover up like those steel type Pokemon that you really don't want to face unless you have energy, because we have access to the move. Yeah, it's called Aurasphere. Aurasphere, one of the strongest moves. We are not running Psyshock, which is also something you can go for if you want to have a little bit more coverage against Pokemon like Clodsire. We just hope that we're going to bait out the Clodsire, because we have actually really good coverage against yeah, those poison type Pokemon here with the rest of our team already, so we don't really need Psyshock for it. But as you see here, we're going to have the Gaston coming in, we're going to have the Rhyperior coming in, and here we see already what Togekiss can do. Like, Togekiss had so many times where it just swept the entire team on its own. It was ridiculous. You gotta get the shield here. We're going to be able to go for another charge move. This is going to allow us to get the KO, and in comes the Gyarados again here. We have 2 shield advantage, and of course it's going to be a good game. Corviknight is going to be next, the Pokemon that's going to be a little bit tricky for this team. But let's see on how this is going to go. What we will see here is that they're going to go straight for the move, which we don't need to shield. It's going to be the Air Cutter, and they don't even get the boost here as well, which is going to be great for us. In comes the Water Pulse, which is going to do some solid damage, and we will see here as well that we can try to reach another move eventually there. But as you see as well, the opponent goes for their own charge move. By the way, I cut out a few battles here as well from today's video. I cut out the battles where I encountered people with like non-PvP teams. I encountered people with Sork that I cut out. To be fair, most people I played actually had some sort of teams, but again, yeah, for like I did actually get rid of a few of the battles, but they all had like literally random meta that I won against anyway. The rest is you get to see here in the channel as well, like in the video here. All the other battles I did with the team are on here, and all of them are kind of against good players. Here we're going to see the Cordelia using a shield. We're going to be able to go ahead and go to the Togekiss, trying to get some energy and trying to go for a shield, and eventually hopefully going to be able to swap out in time there as well. In comes though the Clodsire, and this one I knew already. This game is, yeah, just very likely over. There's not really a lot that we can do here. There is going to be that move coming through. We are going to be able to go ahead and go for another charge move here. This is not going to do that much damage resisted. Here's where we kind of would have liked to have Psyshock for sure. This will have changed a little bit the outcome of this all. Here we're going to be able to catch the move. It's going to be great, but at the end of the day, yeah, like the little snail there did its best. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for the Dazzling Gleam, do some solid amount of damage, but again, it's not going to be enough. Yeah, we need to kind of have some other things for that. As you guys see here, the Cloudslayer is just going to be able to knock us out. And so, yeah, it's going to be certainly a very good game. And we can move on to the next one. We're going to encounter the Dusclops. Dusclops going to be an interesting Pokemon as well next season. Can I recommend, like, not as recommended as the evolution of it. I'm curious if this is going to change now with the meta shift that we saw already. Yeah, we see on how this is going to go. But anyway, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for the Water Pulse here, which is going to be alright. And we will see here as well that we are going to be able to, yeah, let this move go. We're going to have the option to swap. We're going to have here a lot of damage already onto the opponent. And we can use that damage here to hopefully do something here. We're going to see that the, yeah, the opponent coming back in. We are going to be able to go ahead and go for the Alcatel to do a little bit of chip damage, and we can go for another one just in case they would have wanted to swap out there, but they don't want to. They really don't want to. So yeah, here we're going to see that the opponent is going to be able to fully farm us down. It's going to be a bit awkward, but we still have our Gastro, and we can use a shield, get a little bit of damage onto the opponent here, and hopefully we're still going to be able to win this with a Togekiss. But it's going to be such an uphill battle here right now in this battle, which is here as well. Hydro King is coming through. We have the full form on though with Peck, and now it's a shield disadvantage for Togekiss in the current Great League meta. They're going to swap out to the Marowak, which is an interesting choice because, of course, they're going to be forced to go for 2 rocks. That's in order to knock us out. We are going to be able to go ahead and go for a cheap move, and we don't really have the issue with the fast move damage and not going through. We have a lot of fast move damage here as well with the Peck there, which is going to be alright, as you will see the aurasphere coming in. This is going to get the shield, and we see again here actually another one going to go on, as we are hoping this is going to be enough now to knock them out, but as is going to be not just enough. And so with that, they are going to be able to win this battle here just barely. Hopefully that is, yeah, not going to happen the next time. We're going to have another great lead here. Empoleon is going to be one of the most common Pokemon, and we're going to see here as well though that they have the Latias. Latias here actually. Latias and Latios are both very, very cool now. They do very, very similar things. And especially as you don't really want to run the move Dragon Claw now anymore. I feel like that Latias even have a little bit more players. But yeah, as you can see here, the RC is coming through now. This is going to allow us to get no damage onto the opponent because they actually had their own Togekiss. Kind of funny. I thought, I don't know what I saw in terms of typing. Of course, it's a big misplay there. I went to the wrong move there. But as you see here, there's going to be the RC coming in. This is going to allow them to go for a lot of damage there, but you have to kind of bait him out at this point. We're going to get the shield, which is kind of great, and with that they're shieldless, and we still have to get some damage onto them, and so we decided to go for the body slam here. That's going to allow us to get a little bit of damage here in before the opponent still might have to go for a charge move, or yeah, they can actually go for the full farm down. Well done there, it's very risky, and hopefully we can take the energy here. I think we can. As you see, Psyduck is coming through. What is best here generally is going to be go for the new thing there, but Psyduck is going to be alright as well. In comes Empoleon, and that is going to be just a bit of a tougher one now, as we all see here the Drill Peck coming through, knocking us out, and yeah, good game to the opponent. Next up, we're going to have Diggersby in the lead. We're going to have Water Pulse now as coverage. I don't have Wrap, by the way, on my Dragonair. The main reason why I don't have Wrap on there is because they had already their moveset there, and I don't really want to change this then anymore. And so yeah, that's more of a meteor shield. But as you can see here, we're going to be able to go ahead and go for the Water Pulse against the opponent, surprise them a little bit, and also onto Dragonair, just for them to go for another charge move here. That is just favorite. And as you can see, the Scorching Side is going to go through, and in comes the Bastion here. What a creative team! Like, that is so crazy. It is mad. We're going to see here though the damage coming in, which is kind of alright. And the cool thing here is just that we are going to be able to do quite a lot of damage, and yeah, that is kind of. Oh, we're gonna see here at least that we are going to be able to go ahead and go into that Gaston Stonage coming through. We see the full farm down here, and as we see as well, there's going to be the Diggersby coming in. We're going to decide to use a shield here just to see what is going on, and yeah, full farm down there. This is going to be alright. Bastion's coming in. We're going to be able to, but we have to be forced at this point to go for our own charge move there as well. Ourasphere is going to get the KO. And in the back is going to be the Feraligatr lurking, which is going to be quite interesting here, as we will see the Rs here gonna get the shield from the opponent. We can go for another move here straight away after. This is going to look quite alright now at this point. This is going to do so much damage. Let the move go for some random reason, and we're going to be able to win this battle here. Moving on now to the second to last battle. Next up, we're going to have here the Marowak. Kanto Marowak is going to be very, very good next season as well still. Especially just the Shadow version. Like the Shadow version is just 10 times better. But as you guys see here, we are going to be able to go ahead and go for that big body slam. But yeah, we're going to see the body slam spam. We're going to get the shield from the opponent. We can swap out here straight away. Go for the awkward tail against the Bastion coming in. We're going to have some nice damage here coming through. And we still have all of our options there. That's the cool thing as well here about Togekiss. Now, if we would get energy somehow, somewhere, we would be able to just one-shot them now with an aurasphere, which would be really cool and handy. But yeah, as you guys see here, we're going to be able to, not get to the next move. Kind of unfortunate, but this is going to be alright here. So it's coming through. In comes our own Gaster. And with that, we are going to see here the opponent going and swapping out. This is going to be the Drifblim. We're going to have a lot of damage here on that Pokemon already. And yeah, as you see here, this is going to be totally alright. Ice is coming through. We are going to be able to go ahead and get the KO. And in comes... We're going to be able to go ahead and go here now for that nice Aurasphere against Bastion, knocking them out straight away. And basically winning that battle here, hopefully, as long as we're going to be able to beat that Marowak. Marowak is very, very strong. Marowak is what is almost the strongest meta Pokemon currently. I feel like that's kind of fair play to it. And as you can see here, we're going to be able to go for another charge move, and this is going to, getting the KO against the Marowak, which is kind of cool. Next up, we are going to have the Clodsire here. That's going to be alright as well. This is going to allow us to get a lot of energy. And so, yeah, we are going to see here what the opponent's going to do. They're going to go for the Acid Spray the entire time. As you're going to see, there is going to be that Water Pulse coming through here against that Corviknight, getting a little bit of important chip damage because you don't just really have anything that can hit this Pokemon. And so, as you see here, we're going to have to use some other things, and we'll be able to kind of get them low. And yeah, interesting here. Air Cutter is coming through, gonna get the attack boost, and yeah, we will see one more charge coming through with it. And this is going to get shielded as well. They're gonna support actually here into the Altaria before, which is kind of interesting. Usually never really seen that. But yeah, as you see here, we are going to be going into a kind of more of a mirror matchup. But whoever is, I don't know, we see how it's gonna go. We are going to be able to just go ahead and... But yeah, Togekiss is honestly fantastic. Like, this Pokemon surprised me a lot. I think it's going to be a Pokemon that's going to have a lot of players and potentially other metas, and also just generally, it's going to be a Pokemon that I don't think it's going to disappear anywhere from any of the leagues now, which is kind of interesting. I think the booster is really, really strong. I think, yeah, there's basically not a lot that you can really complain there. And so it's a very, very cool situation there. But anyway, we're going to take a look here now at the final one, which gets the boost directly. We're going to be able to swap out into our Charmer that also double resists the fast move from the opponent. And as you see here, we're going to be able to get the KO. In comes the whatever this is even. And we are going to be able to just go for the Dazzling Beam. But yeah, as you're going to see here, we're going to have no Clodsire against that Gaster, looking really, really solid here. This Earthquake is going to be alright as well, and we're going to be able to go for the full form down here, as we are going to be able to win this final battle. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you really enjoyed this one here, because yeah, those Pokemon are all kind of really, really strong, and together they're even stronger. And this is going to be it for me for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.